get into it. Give people a chance to join. Alright, so what I'm going to go over, I'm going to try to be more direct because sometimes I get carried away, is being able to dissect defenses, read what they're in, and take advantage of them. Now, if y'all notice, like you can use, your audibles and stuff, but notice that each audible that I have has a different unique route. Like the bunch trail I have, it has a post, I have a run play, I have a zig, like a little spacing concept beater. You could probably actually use the actual spacing. The actual spacing would probably be better because I could run that zig route, but it doesn't matter. I'll probably change that later. The main thing is you want to have unique routes, and you don't want to have two of the same audibles. You want to come out in a play that's not your audible, and then you want to have audibles that have unique routes. So I'd probably use Y curl instead of the bench pivot, but I like that bench pivot. But we'll get into it here in a sec. Like that dig return, I think that's a good play, because that's actually a good setup. So I'll take bench pivot out and put dig return in. Alright, so basically what you want to do is you want to come out in a base play. Alright, we're just going to show you how to read the defense. Now there's different types of zones, and zones react differently based on how you match them up. So we'll come out in a Tampa 2, and I'm going to show you how I'm able to read what it is. See, usually, see how he moves? See, you can use your motions to see. See how he comes back? He doesn't follow him over, so I know he's in a zone. And he stays at the same depth, so I know he's in in that cloud flat. But see, you see how I can keep moving them left to right? And there's like a little delay on how the defense sets up and adjusts. So I can move him back out, and look at there. Just moving my dude, now I got him out of position. He's going to be playing that cloud flat, but now I have some space. Okay, so I just thought y'all should see that. Alright, so now let's get over how to pick apart cloud flats. And I'll try to go over each zone. Alright, the cloud flat I'm going to pick on is the one that's isolated over there on my #1 receiver. Alright, so we know he's in a cloud. We know he's in a cover 2 already, but I'm going to show you how to pick and isolate him apart. Alright, usually on cloud flats you want to get an over-under read. You want to flood him. Okay, so he has to pick. There's various different ways you can pick on a cloud flat. Like I could run a streak, and an out route, or see, I can run a swing route and an out route, or a flat route. And let's see, a flat route. Just bear with me, guys. smart route it. And move him back. And a flat route. So now I got a 3-read concept on one zone. Now, that deep half is going to have to react to one of them. Chances are he's probably going to go after Roberts, and it's going to leave a little spacing concept. Because it's a vertical, that cloud flat's going to get pulled back. So my 1-2 read is going to be between Richard and the flat route. Now there's other ways that I can, pick them apart. But I just want to show you how this reads. I'm going to block this guy. It doesn't matter. And just watch. See, now he has to pick. Look it over there. I got the circle wide open. Okay? You pull him back and then you flood him. It's not really about picking apart the defense. You just pick apart the zones and dissect what he's in. He can be in a user-adjusted defense all day. As long as you know what his zone is, you can pick his zone apart. Okay? Let's go over, that's how you do cloud flats. You just want to flood him. Now, sometimes people will pick a cover 3, people that like to read the safeties to tell what you're in. I'll show you how to pick apart people that use we'll stay out in spacing, it don't matter. Alright. The people that come out in used to be annoying, the cover 3 cloud. Okay. Reason why it's annoying is because, just me being in this defense, I can tell you right off the gate, one of these guys is in the cloud. All we got to do to figure out who the cloud is move. Okay, see how he moved back? He's the outside third. See how he moved back? He's the cloud. Cloud flats are only going to be 10 yards. Because it's a cover 3 cloud, because he's on the inside and he's on the outside, that helps me know that, hey, his corners are playing 2 different zones. Okay? More often than not, like I said, it's a cloud flat. Alright, so, like I said, we could still pick that cloud flat apart. Send a vert, a swing, and an out route. Just pick the cloud flat apart with over-under routes. And because it's a cover 3, now here's where it gets funny. The thing is, I don't know if he's matched. That means that safety would be playing that outside third. That's the unique thing about cloud flats. So with him being in that outside third, that seam route would be wide open. So now what we want to do is we want to pick apart that seam route. So we go into our audibles and find us a way to get after that seam route. Okay. Now I could probably flip it, but I'm not going to do all that. Okay, now we can go after the cloud flat with that route. We can go after the seam route, and then we can get over the cloud with that. That post route should pull that third. Should. There's the post, and boom. Just like I called it before it happened. It's just reading the zone, knowing what he's in. And you can do it from different formations. It doesn't have to be, hey, I need to be in gun bunch to do it. No. Alright, so he's in a cloud flat. Now we want to pick apart that outside third. So I need me a post route. I could do it with Y corner, but it's a double route, so it'll be delayed. I need a play that's going to pick. That's a double route. I don't want a double route. Okay, I could do it with this. Same thing. I'm just going to flip it. Okay, so when I flipped, he flipped. I see what this is gonna be. Madden be on that fuck shit. Alright, let's see if I got another post route. Okay, so he flipped it. Let me double check. Alright, that's the cloud flat over there. Wonder if I flip it, it feels... Okay, so now the cloud flat's on the other side. So we do know that's the thing with practice mode. So we need to find us a post route. Wide shallow cross would probably actually be a pretty good one if I can. It's not gonna. I need to turn this auto flip off. Maybe it's affecting them doing that. Okay, so we know he's in the cloud flat over there. So now we're just going to pick apart the cloud flat. We got a cloud flat with an outside third. Let's see if we can get the cloud. Oh, great. We got the cloud flat on the left. Other defender flexed out wide. He's staying back. So to pick apart cloud flats, you need an over-under concept. And because I know he's in a cloud flat, I know that safety is in the outside third. So with him being an outside third, that means that seam route is open. Okay? So I'm going to attack that seam so that he respects the seam. And because the cloud flat one is what I mean, talk about manipulating zones. He has to have an under route that he has to respect. So we're basically flooding him. We're not worried about the other side of the field. We're flooding him. Okay? There's different ways you can do it. And then watch. Look over there. Don't mind that I missed a pass. I mean, y'all see the concept. We're manipulating the zone to stay put. You know, and this is, you know, a lot of people that play West Coast offenses can just pay attention to how I'm manipulating them. Okay? Because like I said, I know he's in an outside third. I'm sending that safety at him. See how he kind of stutter stepped over there? Because the man's coming into his zone. Gave me just enough delay to attack over the top of the cloud flat. Now, the quarterback not real accurate on all Madden, but let's go after it again. Let's see. Okay. Now there's another way we can attack this. Let's say you got a fast receiver. We can pull that cloud flat off with a fade route. We can run it like this. And usually I kill like normal cover threes doing this way. But with it being a cloud flat, I know that outside third is going to be a little tough. But that circle route is going to pull that safety off. Okay? I'm calling it before it happens. Let's see how he pulled the safety back and it opened up the mid route. Alright. There's more than one way to attack that cloud flat. You can do it with smash concepts. You can do it with curl flat concepts. And you don't necessarily have to pick the play in your playbook. You can create these with your hot routes. Okay, so I'm going to do a smash concept. And I'm just going to take him out. And that's pretty much all it is. Just this is like a flood smash concept. that outside third is going to pick on Roberts, and Cook should be open. See, he pulls that. Cook is open. See? Calling it before it happens. You're probably like, well, let's learn how to pick apart outside thirds. Like where he's in a regular cover 3, it's going to react a little bit differently. So now y'all know what cloud flats look like when you motion a man out. Let's play a nickel, it don't matter. It's anything with an outside third. Okay, so cover 3, notice off the gate, pre-snap read, off the gate that the cornerbacks are playing a little bit further off the line. Okay, and notice that the safeties, they're not exactly the same depth apart. There's a little, they're not so close together. I could tell it's not a cover 2 just off of that alone. Alright, so for me to be for sure what he's in, I'm going to motion my receiver out. Okay, he's going to do like a little motion, and I'm like, okay, he's still playing kind of back. You know, if I'm not sure, I can always just motion him, the other receiver, and see. So like, okay, he's in cover 3. Alright, so with him being in cover 3, either one of two things are going to happen. Either that nickel is in that curl flat, or that safety is in that curl flat on either side, or that middle linebacker is in that curl flat. So, to manipulate the outside third, we're not manipulating the outside third. We're putting the curl flat out of position. Anytime you do a short pass concept, you want to take the underneath zones and manipulate them. You're not really going to too much manipulate the blue zones until you manipulate the underneath coverage first. Okay, so like off the gate, you know, there's easy ways to attack cover 3. Various ways, in fact. For starters, if he's isolated over there, we can send a deep in route, smart route it. Now we know who the purple route is. Okay? See how he came in? He's the purple route, the curl flat safety. Just off of me doing that motion alone. I know who the curl flat is. That helps me identify who the deep middle third is. So I know that safety over there on the right is in the deep middle third. So that means the seam over here on this left side is going to be wide open. Should I attack it? See how he comes over? So I could probably run the fade route, pull the outside third away, and send a streak. And then pull the other outside third away from it and attack the seams. Now this may or may not work. Usually, let's take a shot. Yep. See how circle got wide open? The quarterback missed a throw, but just knowing the zone and who's playing what can go a long way in your hot route adjustments. So we know that the safety over there on the right, the strong safety, is in the outside third. So there's various ways we can attack that outside third. We can send a drag, we can flood that underneath, move him to the slot, and play the fade there. And usually cover 3s are weak on these slant routes. And look at that. Look at all that. Just wide open. So usually when you're attacking cover 3, it's usually 10 yards on the sidelines is wide open, up to 10 yards. as long as you can pull the deep coverages behind it off. Alright, now let's go into cover 4. Doesn't matter what play I pick. Usually stick concepts and spacing concepts beat cover 4 without any adjustments. Let's see if they even got one. Okay, they got a cover 4 quarters. Now, thing about the quarters defense is a man-match defense. So you have to manipulate man-match defenses a lot differently than you would a cover 4 drop. Now, if it's a cover 4 drop, this spacing concept's going to work. Because it's a man-match, I'm not going to be able to, let's say, that middle linebacker, he's watching, you know, a set zone right in front of Aitman and Cook. Now that spacing cross would normally pick, you know, a regular zone apart, you know, and he'd defend the wrong one. But with it being a man match, he's probably defending Cook, but once Aitman crosses, he's gonna be defending Aitman. Okay? So with this being a cover 4 quarters, see how he plays when he drops back a little bit, and see how far the safeties are. See how he drops back, and see how far back the safeties are. Safeties at the same depth. That means that's a cover 4 defense, and there's a little distance in between them. So when you're looking at cover 4, you know you got 4 deep blue zones, and then you have 3 underneath zones. So he's got 4 men rushing. Try to make sure. Now, like I said, normally spacing beats it because it's a match defense. He's probably going to play it aggressively. I don't know. It's been a while since I actually ran it. Yeah, see how he switched over. But, I mean, stick concepts usually beat it. Stick concepts and spacing concepts are designed to pull those apart by themselves. Like I said, when I move him in, see how he's not really moving too far? I can tell he's in a cover 4. So I can pick that apart by creating my own spacing concept. Okay? Let's say I want to go flat route with the underhook with the over the top. See, I always try to make sure I have a deep route, you know, just in case. You know, it really fucks with people that does like a lot of user adjustments. Like, especially if they're thinking that you're going to run, they're going to put safeties in man coverage. And if they do that, that means they're going to leave the running back wide open if he goes out for a route. So we're going to try this and see what happens. I think if I'm not mistaken, alright, let's try it. The only thing is, this is on all Madden. Yeah, we got him. Just like that. And you could take it out just like any man match defense. Give it the same treatment. We go in the instant replay, and let's show you how I dissect the man match principle. With these 2 receivers crossing, he's going to take the cross because his job is not to cross his zone. Okay? Being that the cross underneath is a flat route, we're pulling him under. See how he took a step under? Now you got Roberts open over there. We pulled the linebacker off just enough. Now we got a 2-man route concept that's wide open over here. He's not going to be able to, you know, react fast enough. It's a linebacker on a receiver. Okay? Let's see, what else can I show y'all? Let me see. Let's do it again so y'all get a good idea. Let's show you this way. This should be fun. Let's see how that reacts. Alright, they cross right there, and look at there. Look over that triangle, wide open. What? I actually got that. Yo, I actually like that route. Let's do that again. Alright, we're going to have to block him. Since he's on the line, we're going to block him. And we're going to focus on triangle over the top. Those wheel routes are pretty deadly if you know how to use them. Okay, so that goes over beating the outside quarter. So we went over the cloud flat, we went over the outside third, and we went over the outside quarter. Now that's how, if you want to attack the sidelines. Okay. Now, let's see what else we can go. We can go over some. Doesn't matter really. Just pick a play. Now for the blitzes, like the zone blitzes. The zone blitzes are going to act a little bit different. It's a little bit trickier. But you usually know they're blitzing based how they're lined up. Okay? So if I move a man over here and that guy doesn't move, he's blitzing. So I usually, like I said, if I know he's blitzing, I'm going to do a quick pass over his head. Sometimes you just see how you keep moving motions. That cornerback gets put out of position. Now if you can do that with a quick hike, you'll have someone wide open every time. Let me see if I can. I'm going to give him a flat route, and I'm just going to keep motioning him. And sometimes I guess it bugs it out. The defense doesn't react to it fast enough. Look at there. Wide open. That's why, especially if you run like a see, what you got to do is you bring him out, get him to respect you, then move him in. See that? Now we've manipulated that zone. We don't really need to do anything else. I can motion him out and he'll be wide open. And then I can quick hike before he can get into position. If I had it. And we basically give it it's the same thing pretty much as baseline. Baseline, you basically done the hard work for me. If someone comes out baseline spamming, you pretty much put your defensive back out of position to defend anything. Because now I can run routes all over your baseline DB who's already out of position to defend a vertical. And you're going to leave the vertical open. If if I send like 2 or 3 underneath routes, he's going to be confused. Okay. Now I usually do this, like if I'm running like a no huddle, now I can take an outside route and do some things. So take that zig and then just move him over. Move him over. Okay, he stuck with me that time. That's cool. So usually just play with it a little bit. Awesome. Now we got that linebacker out of position. Y'all see that? And I'm just going to go quick pass underneath. Block tight end. And X would have been open. Usually you can get him out of position sometimes, if you had time to do the motions. See, now we got him to move, we got the linebacker to move. Go, 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 go. Get him out of position. Alright, cool. Now we got the linebacker again. Y'all see that? We got a matchup on the linebacker. And now I'm just going to run a flood concept. Because now you have a linebacker on a wide receiver. Now he probably might defend it. Like I said, it's on all Madden. I got a linebacker on my dude. Look at her. But I mean, that's pretty much the basics, man. Most of my offense is, picking the corners apart. Your corners are going to tell me what your shells underneath are. And I can find out who the underneath is just off basic common knowledge. If you're in a cover 3, usually you're going to have, 4 underneath zones. You'll have 2 hook curls and 2 curl flats, or 2 hard flats and 2 curl flats. If you blitz out of the cover 3, you're going to leave a quick pass wide open. Same thing with cover 2. Cover 2 usually has like 5 underneath routes and 2 deep routes. And cover 4 has 4 deep routes and 3 underneath routes. Just knowing those zones, usually what they're in, if you can pick one side apart, you can usually tell what the other side is based off of how they react to your motions. If there's anything like y'all have questions for, y'all got me on the Facebook group. Y'all see I post in it every day. And I'm here to help. If y'all have problems with anything, offensive, defensively, that's the type of person I am. I'll be able to try to teach y'all things that you're not seeing, the guys on the pro level, they're not going to tell you. It's just the small stuff like this that can take your game a whole lot further. Alright, appreciate y'all watching, man.